Jesus! Hi everyone, welcome to day 49 of the Public Speaking Challenge, where I publicly speak every day to improve public speaking skills. Today, I want to talk about a topic we kind of already talked about, but it's always good to revisit, especially when we're like almost halfway to day 100, and that's improvement. Improvement is never linear, and I've come to accept and learn that. Today, like maybe an hour ago, I went for a run, one of my first ever runs after my full marathon. And at first I was feeling kind of, dejected because I don't feel like I was going that fast. I didn't feel like I was going that fast. And I felt like I was hurting more from just like the first 2 kilometers, which was never an issue before, I did the marathon because I was training more regularly, but because of life events, holidays, and birthdays, it kind of went to the wayside a little bit, but now I'm back to the grind. But you know what's interesting though when it comes to improvement is that improvement is not linear, but at the same time, you don't fall back as far as you think you do. Because when I actually looked at my time and clock, I did 3 kilometers in 20 minutes. That is still really good. That is still like my pace, even though it wasn't as consistent. The endurance is still there, which I can obviously elongate it to longer, but that goes to show that improvement doesn't really disappear after just a few days. Like with any muscle and any body part, when you actually, work it out, whether it be strength or flexibility, it takes a long time for it to disappear, and it takes less time for you to get it back. So if you were to take anything from this video, know that improvement is not linear, but I'm going to add on to that. But it is also forgiving. Forgiving in the sense where if you fall back a couple steps, it's gonna take you less time to get back those 2 steps and go beyond. Whether you think of this as kind of like an altruistic point of view or maybe a coping point of view, it doesn't really matter. It's my opinion. But just know that if you're improving in something, sometimes you have to stagnate a little bit. Sometimes you gotta fall backwards a couple times because progress means that you're overcoming walls. And sometimes those walls are not as easy to overcome depending on the type of wall, the time of day, your mental, your physical, your emotional, everything in between. There's so many factors that kind of gate your capabilities when it comes to progressing. But just remember, progress is not linear, but if you fall back, you can always attain it back with less time and go forward with even less time. Thank you so much for watching. I hope that kind of made sense. I'm kind of going off the fly when it comes to this, and I'm still off a runner's high. Thank you so much for watching. Have a good one.